What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. Back again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, as promised, uh, to one of the loyal subscribers, uh, I have made. I'm going to talk about this topic right here, and it's about the Warriors. Okay. Now, we all know the obvious stuff that has taken place with the Warriors. Uh, they've been hit by injuries, adversity, trials and tribulations, everything. Okay. Uh, but the question is not what's going to take place now. Believe it or not, and I'm talking about within the NBA season or the playoffs, or if they're going to win a championship, all this other stuff. That's not what we're cooking on. But it's more so about many other questions going forward as far as the future of the team is concerned. Okay. Now, having said all of that, uh, I want to let everybody know that Steph Curry. Now, a report had just came out, and this was uh, this was actually yesterday, and it says Warrior star Steph Curry continues to make good progress in his recovery from a left foot sprain and bone bruise, and that's what their team announced. And they said according to Warriors announcement, Curry progressed last week to various individual on court activities, including shooting and running, and may take uh, part in full team practices this week. And they still haven't had a for certain for as far as his game status for game one, first round against Denver. So that's kind of still up in the air. So now that we on Steph Curry for just a second, all right. One of the questions that I guess people want to know is how is Steph Curry gonna come back? How's he gonna hold up? How's he gonna be? Moving forward. And even if this is really gonna derail his career, and I don't think so. That in my opinion, I don't think so. What's up, Alex? Like I said, man, I fulfill my promises. What's up with it, Matt? I'll see you in the building. You know, if if Steph Curry is not at full swing, or he's not at 100%, then I don't see the Warriors are going anywhere. But like I said, I'm not talking about what's transpiring this season, because I got to give the Warriors credit, man. They weathered the storm. Um, the injuries to Klay Thompson, the injuries to Wiseman, the injuries to Draymond, even though he's back, the adjustments that they've had to make on the fly, you know, and even still, the Warriors still are ranked number one. The last time I checked, they're still ranked number one in defensive efficiency. All right. Now, let's go ahead and tackle the second elephant in the room. Okay. I've already talked about Klay. I mean, I'm sorry about it. I've already talked about Stephen Curry. Um, we've already gotten that out of the way. I mean, pretty much it's kind of a weight game when it comes to Steph Curry. Hold on one sec. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Now, when it comes to Klay Thompson, okay, there's many people that feel that Klay Thompson, he hasn't been the same. Now, do I feel that way? Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he hasn't been the same. But being that, and that's not just me being biased, just because I'm a Klay Thompson fan and I like what he brings to the table, and I think he's my favorite player in terms of the Warriors. He's what he brings, what he has brought to the table day in and day out. I also give him a salute for coming back. Now I've already talked about this subject before, so I'm not gonna go too much rambling about it because my feelings were pretty much put out there in terms of how I felt, how they were bringing him along. But nevertheless, it is what it is, and he's out there. But while he's been out there, he's been kind of roller coastering over the last several months. Okay, let's take it back. Let's take it all the way back in January. Okay, when he had first came back and everything. Now for January, they actually had a pretty decent month. Okay, in terms of team wise, because I always look at it team wise. All right, he was uh he was averaging 15.6%, but what was down and what people started to notice was obviously his shooting, and he shot poorly from the field. Okay, now that's expected. All right, he shot 40.6% from the field, from field goal range, and was at 32.9%. That's really unlike Klay, because he's one of the 50, 40, 90 type guys. But he, of course, he was money from his free throws. He was shooting 100%. He gave what he gave in terms of defense, but a lot of people, notice and are going to pinpoint the fact that, Klay Thompson's recovery in terms of defense and how he used to recover and how he was used to guarding some of these younger guys, they're going at him. Okay, they're going at him full throttle. When you talk about guys who, I talked about with Anthony Edwards, you're talking about guys like John Morant, you're talking about guys, that have extremely a quick first step, that are much quicker and faster because of what Klay Thompson has went through. But me, myself, and many other guys, have given Klay Thompson a pass, and they're like, "Well, no, man, there's no excuses when you get on the court, Polo." Of course, what's up with it, True Viking? I see you in the building, Queen. Hope you're doing okay. Now, look, the reason why I'm giving this guy a pass is because you got to think about it. This guy has been away from the game of basketball, not so much in terms of being away and sheltering himself. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about in terms of him actually getting out there playing and playing at a competitive level at the rate that he's playing. Okay, so of course it's going to be down. Let's continue on, right? Now, in the month of February, he started to go up a lot. Okay, you know they they went above 500 in the month of because they were 4-3 in February, and of course that's gearing up a little bit before the All Star break. By then, pretty much everybody, a lot of the players that have been playing, they've been they've got their legs up under them. Klay Thompson for the month of February had a really decent month that nobody talked about though. Okay, uh, he had a good month in terms of how much he averaged because he averaged 19.3 points per game. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, that ain't a good month, Polo." Yeah, it is for him. It is compared to 15.4 last month. Then on top of that, he went up on his field goal because he went up from shooting 40%, just right at 40%. Then he went up 44.8, and then he increased in the 3-point percentage at 45.6, um, which is about where Klay usually would sit. You know what I'm saying? He was, one like I said, he was one of those 50, 40, 90 guys. You know what I'm saying? He was, deadly accurate from the field. Okay, never had to question that. And on top of that, the only thing that you probably say that he was lacking on somewhat was a defense. But like I said, man, it's not going to be an overnight thing for us to think that Klay Thompson, talking about all of this, and I'm guilty of it myself, debating on whether or not he should come off the bench or stuff like that. I mean, you could say that. Now, let me stop right there for a second, okay? I want to tackle that. Now, there are some people that believe just woke up about to fix dinner. Night shift killing me, but uh, I want all the money. Nah, you keep on grinding, Queen. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't stop your grind for nobody. You got to keep going regardless. Now, what's up with it, Grind? I see you in the building. Now, check this out, right? You demoting Thompson to the bench. I understand why people are saying that because they felt like, which there is an argument there in terms of the chemistry or whatever. But a lot of people felt like, once Klay had came back, it took away from some of the other guys, like the Wiggins and like the Poole, these other guys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we're gonna have that argument, yes, I can understand that. And like I said, and it's, at the same token, you know what? I'm like, you need to limit his minutes. Don't just throw him out there in the fire like that. We're talking about an ACL. We're talking about an Achilles. Okay, that's what we're talking about. And I know Alex. Alex, man. Do I feel that Klay Thompson? Do I felt like he should have came off the bench? I felt like he should have. They should have worked him into the rotation instead of just throwing him in the fire just outright. Because I mean, we are talking about the NBA season where everybody's legs are fresh and everything. But like I said, man, I disagree with with what the coaching staff did and how they brought him along. That's that, and I stand on that. That's just me. And I also felt like it was unfair. That's just like the same argument that we having with uh, a guy like Wiseman. he was thrown in the fire right away when he could have got hurt. Okay, so yeah, Alex, look, like I said, man, I carve everything down the middle, and you're talking to a Clay fan. You're talking about a guy that feels that if it was not for Clay, a guy like Clay, it wouldn't have been none of those championships, regardless of what anybody want to say. Klay Thompson was guarding pretty much the hardest players, pretty much every single night, between him, Draymond, and then uh, Andre Iguodala. When he was a couple years ago or whatnot. All right, now let's get let's keep it going. Right now, in April, or excuse me, no, in March. I'm sorry, in March. All right. Now, I think this is where people really started to judge Clay in terms of March. Now, in March, Klay Thompson, he went down on his shooting. Okay. He went down on his shooting. Remember, I just told you that he was shooting at 44.8. He went down at 40.2, and they really didn't have that good of a month, man. They went all together. They went 8 and uh, they went 4 and 8. They did not have a good month or whatever. They had a horrible month, and that is in part to a whole lot of situation. You got Clay. I mean, I'm sorry about that, Steph and everything, injuries to him and stuff. All right, he was at 40.2 points. I'm sorry about that, 40.2 percent from field goal range, and he only shot 34.4% from 3 pointers. And but he was averaging 20.9, but it was inefficient the way he was shooting. Because you gotta think about it, like Klay Thompson, he's not used to shooting 1 of 10, and that was against Phoenix. He shot 1 of 10 against Phoenix. He shot 2 of 7 against Orlando. Everybody, kind of pinpointed that. He shot 1 of 11 from against Boston. You understand what I'm saying? He shot 2 of 8 against Denver. Shot 2 of 9. 1 of 5 against the Lakers. 2 of 8. That's ridiculous. That's not Clay at all. So people were judging him based on that. But it goes back. The argument that you got on him is the fact that this guy is just coming back. It's not going to be an overnight thing. And then more so, people are going to pinpoint the fact that he's not the same on defense. Okay. And, the only other thing that, we could say, and that, just giving an overview of Clay, that probably people would probably use as a legitimate argument is the fact that over the last 10 games, he's been at 48% from the field goal range, 45% from 3 pointers, and he's averaging 30.8 points per game. But you have to look deeper into that, and you have to look at the progression. They've won the last 3 games or whatever just before the playoffs or whatnot. So hopefully that's some momentum to carry him into the playoffs. We'll have to see. What's up with it, Joe Bond? I see you in the building. Now, let's talk about Jordan Poole. Okay? Let's talk about Jordan Poole. Now, this is the real conversation that I think people want to have. Now, Jordan Poole has played sensational this year. A lot of people felt like he should have got an All-Star. He should have been uh, one of the ones on the ballot as opposed to Andrew Wiggins. And he's just had a tremendous year. Now, Jordan Poole, man, believe it or not, man, he's came in and he's fulfilled any scoring holes that have taken place when nobody was able to show up and nobody even talks about that. You know, Jordan Poole, man, this dude averaging damn near 20 points. He's at 18.5. All right. He's at 18.5. He's shooting 36.4% from 3 pointers, 44.8 from field goal range. And this guy has just, been phenomenal, man. You know, but the thing about it is what we gotta tackle is the contract. Okay, they want to extend Jordan Poole, and it could be for 4 years, 80 million. My question to y'all is: do you think that Jordan Poole is going to stay if they throw him that bag, given the situation of the Warriors? Let's say the Warriors lose. Yeah, he's got phenomenal. Yeah, his confidence is through the roof. What's up with the think tank? ATL Shouty in the building. I see you in here, man. And think tank, man. I gotta talk to you about Ti. What Bill Bellamy said about Ti. We'll talk about that later though. So you thinking that he should test free agency, Joe Bond, huh? Yeah, they're gonna throw him money. Just like, okay, look, just like they're gonna throw money Malik Monk's way. They're definitely gonna throw Jordan Poole the bag too as well. But I'm gonna be real, man. If I'm if I'm if I'm Jordan Poole, I'm looking at I'm looking at the fact that you said 80 isn't enough. Well, I mean, for what he listen. You got to understand, he didn't he didn't get that All Star. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the All Star. His production has been good and everything, but at the same token, man, you got to realize, man, who's all on there, man. They got a lot of stuff that they got to clean up. A lot of people feel like, and I'm gonna get to him in a second about Draymond. I don't personally feel this way, but they're gonna ask what's going on with Draymond in the future. Now, Draymond has stepped it up over the last couple of games, regardless of what anybody want to say. And then we also got to look at Wiseman too as well. What's up with it, T. Pre? I see you in the building. Yeah, he'll get a starting role elsewhere. Well, yeah, I mean, he should, but just think about, okay, is he going to want to start from the ground up? You know what I'm saying? Let's say he leave and he go to a place like Charlotte or somewhere like that. You got to think about it. Okay, yeah, he leading the team and everything, but then he gonna go back to square one and they might not be successful. But a lot of guys in that young stage of their career, Joe Bond, they not thinking about that. They think about the bag. They're not thinking about sacrifices like a Tim Duncan later on in their career, just to sacrifice just to get championship, or like a Manu Ginobili, or like a Tony Parker. Hey, look, but see, Joe Bond, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a tricky situation. You know why? Because, okay, I'm like this. I want to win now. A lot of these guys, he got to get his family right first. I understand that. Of course he does. You know, and but see, it's a tricky situation. Okay, so how much do you think that he's worth? I should be asking Joe Bond, because they talking about 80 mil. for 4 years. And he's actually went up. He's actually went up in scoring. He was at 16.4, but now he's at 18.5 points per game. Yeah, for 4 years. I'm thinking, you know what, Joe Bond? I'm thinking that maybe they'll throw something a little more to him that way. Especially, listen, this is the thing. They got a future in him, and then also if Wiseman is healthy, which I know Wiseman is gonna come back. Um, if he comes back 100%, that's gonna be key. And they got their big man on lock. Now I told him this, man. I told him this, Joe Bond. I said I think it was Luda Ryder. Luda Ryder had said he would get rid of Draymond. I said nah, I would get rid of a guy like Looney. Now, if you're talking about like something like Draymond or whatever, you gotta look at his back situation. But Draymond seems to be doing all right, but the back is tricky. It's iffy because look at what's going on with Michael Porter Jr. And then also, let's take a look at this too. Andrew Wiggins. You know, this is a situation that I think a lot of people want to try to come to grips with. What is going to happen with Andrew Wiggins' role going forward? Because I'm pretty sure that he's going to want. He's looking at it like, okay, I was an All Star this year without Clay and everything. Even though he's kind of taking a step back, you know what I'm saying. But I don't fault him too much, you know what I'm saying, because they're trying to implement Clay back into the lineup and everything with similar production. He actually, well, yeah, but the thing about it is they weren't successful though. They weren't successful over there in Minnesota. I believe Poole can give the. Nah, man, Joe Bond. I wouldn't want Poole to be because then guess what? He'll end up having to work himself back to where he was. Like, look, okay, a prime example of that, um, Joe Bond. A prime example of that is D'Lo, D'Angelo Russell. Of course, hey, Joe Bond, why are you talking to me like I'm 5 years old, nigga? I know. Listen, I know it's a goddamn business, but what I'm saying is like, okay, you go over there, you successful, stuff like that. If you got a future, like why sit up in there and leave a good thing or whatever? You don't know what direction it's going to happen in terms of, okay, the older guys, they're trying to build a new future right now because I mean Steph is hurt. Ain't no telling how Clay will be. I'm hoping Clay gets back to what somewhat of what he was back in the heyday. Nah, nah, nah. I know you fucking around. Nah, nah. I know you fucking around. Nah, but Joe Bond, I feel what you're saying because okay, I put it to you like this: like, um, if you got kids and you got a wife, okay, I'm gonna be thinking the same way because the bag different on sorry team. Yeah, Yeah, that's just like a situation with Jeremy Grant and Detroit. But see, what's his name? Jeremy Grant was testing free the market too, but he didn't want to play with LeBron. Great teams have to lowball it. And but see, check this out, Joe Bond. This is where it gets really really tricky. Golden State Warriors got the best development right now in terms of developing of young talent. Believe it or not, it used to be people like the Lakers and the Spurs in terms of developing. Now you seeing other teams. Now shit, Memphis is starting to blow people out of the water in terms of development. Look at Miami. Miami suffered a hit once LeBron left, but guess what? They recovered quick. But yeah, man, Joe Biden, now you got me thinking, okay, what would be an ideal place for for a Jordan Poole? Because I'm trying to think of a place where he don't say no goddamn Orlando, man. I would feel like, okay, if he got with a place like, let's say he went to like a Detroit and they got something already brewing there with Cade Cunningham and them, I feel like something could really, really take place. Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I know. I'm surprised your ass didn't say the Lakers. I'm surprised you did not say the Lakers, man. I was thinking about um at first I was saying, man, you love man, Alex, man, you dog, you Wolverines to the core, bruh. I ain't mad at you though. That nigga love him some goddamn Michigan. What's up, Stephen Green? Don't be surprised Memphis going to the NBA Finals. Jordan Poole could be a fit at Miami. Nah, but see, if he, it just depends on what they gonna offer him. In Miami, that's what me and Joe Bond was just talking about. Because he's gonna be on pretty much a stacked team. JMJ up in here? Okay, what's up, JMJ? I see you in the building, bro. Lakers are in shambles. Yeah, but check this out. Um, you know, Mark Jackson for what he's gonna want to run, it might be a good fit for a guy like Poole. But at the same token, got to look at the money aspect too. They uh, it's a lot of parameters with that too. And I don't think he would want to. I don't think he would want to be uh, in a place with LeBron and them. But if ain't nobody gonna step up in here, man, that's all I wanted to address, man. Pretty much. The last thing I want to say too is with I was gonna tackle this, and I'm gonna put this all in one bunch. When it oh, hold when it comes to Draymond, and then when it comes to uh and sorry about that, Wiseman. See, Draymond, you got to be concerned about his back. You know, a lot of people are speculating that maybe, you know, the reason why he's getting into commentating and stuff like that is because it might be something more. I don't know. I'm not gonna go by that. You know, I would have to see, you know, more evidence or whatever. But all I got to say is that this is gonna be a big summer for the Warriors. Okay, this is gonna be a big summer for the Warriors, and don't be surprised, man, if you see some shakeups, especially like Joe Biden was talking about with the when it comes to Jordan Poole, and then some people. Yeah, look, nah, I ain't even gonna get into that. I'm banking that Wiseman is gonna stay there though. I'm hoping that he stays there. So y'all let me know what you think, man. What do y'all think is gonna happen with the Warriors? Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notification. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. I'm gonna get at y'all later.